'Cause baby, it's the everything for me, for me, for me. Baby, it's the everything for me, for me, for me. 'Cause baby, it's the everything for me, for me, for me. Baby, it's the everything for me, for me, oh, for me.
If nobody told you as of yet today, I love you. If nobody told you as of yet today, I am proud of you. You're going to continue to achieve anything you set out to do. You understand me? Also, I do have to give you that brief disclaimer. I only want you to take what resonates and leave the rest behind, all right? I don't want you trying to force certain scenarios for you. If you don't get your confirmation through me, I guarantee you're going to get it through somebody else, all right? So be patient with your process. Thank you, beautiful. Also, you already know my voice is too raspy, all right? So this is about the time that you probably want to go ahead and hit that volume. Thank you, babies. Now, before we get started, I want to thank you so much in advance for all your love, like, share, subscribes, gives, kind words, not only to myself, but each other too. Thank you, Aluche. Because I don't always get the pause in the middle of my message to relay that to you. So when I post this on YouTube, I promise you I'm going to acknowledge you. It only shows me the top 10 getters, so please do not take offense if I do not show your name, because it only shows me a certain amount, okay? So I love you. I appreciate you so much. Now, chosen ones, this going to be a quick message, but we're going to get into this, right? One, there's some of you right now that you have to know what side you're on. And when I say that, because some of you are misconstruing certain signs that God is showing you. Some of you are assuming that you haven't been doing what God asked you to, when we know that's not the case, baby. And it's because of certain things that you're feeling, as well as certain things that God is revealing. Now, let me explain. See, chosen ones, when I say you have to know what side you're on, because there's certain things that the people who plotted on you are experiencing and that they're projecting on you. Not only that, chosen ones, again, their storms is not the same storms that's coming into your view. Now, hear me out. Now, I say this, chosen ones, because I even want you to think about pertaining to a tsunami, right? Think about a tsunami. See, the tsunami is when, as far as the waves or the beach, so on and so forth, right? The water from the beach starts to retract. So all of a sudden it starts pulling back, right? Now, one thing we know about the tsunami, if you do not know, it all of a sudden everything seems regular. Then it goes eerie a little bit. See, people who don't pay attention to that, they're going to look over it, correct? See, not only that, chosen ones, when the waves start to retract, we know in due time, them waves is going to come back on a full blast, right? Now, I say this, chosen ones, because, again, you have to know that you're not on the same side as certain people that was sending negativity in. You understand me? You did what God asked you to do, and I'm going to explain it to you. See, similar to the tsunami, these individuals, chosen ones, they're seeing certain deductions happening. And you're assuming that you're going to have the same outcome or whatever the case may be, consequences as them. That's not the case. Now, what do I mean? See, again, similar to a tsunami, all of a sudden, like those waves, God's going to start to retract certain things. So this is you seeing certain friends distance themselves from you. You seeing certain job positions not work out for you. You starting to distance yourself from that partner that you thought was, again, your end all be all, so on and so forth, correct? God is going to start to retract certain things in your life because, again, he has abundance, prosperity coming in. You have to know that you're not on the same side as these negative individuals. You hear me? And I say that, chosen ones, because, again, what God is showing you, these are signs for you. He has to throw other people off because you got people watching. So, again, you started to see the signs. You was there around your friends, and then you may have caught a side eye. You was there around your family, then you started to realize that they were speaking curses on you. They were the people that was projecting energy on you. These are the people that was limiting you, so on and so forth, right? So I want you to realize, chosen ones, again, God started to give you storm warnings, right? So that you knew what to be expected. See, first it started with your intuition. Intuitively, you felt like certain people were not for you. Intuitively, you felt like certain people were doing things towards you. That's equivalent to the storm warning, all right? So think about before a hurricane comes, before a tornado comes, whatever the case may be, you get that storm warning, correct? You watch the news, whatever the case may be, weather channel, you fill that in how you do it, right? So that was your intuition. That's the storm warning, right? God sat there and was telling you, like, nah, that ain't your real friend. Nah, that partner's lying. No, that job is using you. You intuitively and spiritually started to feel certain things wasn't for you, right? So what did you do? Did that powerful prayer. God, I ask you that anything that's not for me get presented to me. God, I ask you anybody with ill intentions towards me get removed from around me. So on and so forth, right? So again, you said that powerful prayer at that point in time. So you started to see the actions happening behind that. See, you asked God to make a way for you. You asked God to order your steps. You asked God to bring clarity for certain things that you still had confusion in. So what did he do, chosen ones? He started to remove those things that was working against you. So that may have been your friend. You found out that they was phony. You started to see how they treated other people. So they didn't necessarily have to do anything directly to you, but you seen how they carried other individuals and you knew that they wasn't for you. This is equivalent to that partner where you start to feel like they lying to you. You start to get over that illusion that they placed on you. You start to realize that you may have been better off without them. You started realizing that and putting two to two together and realize why certain things was absent. It was because of them, chosen ones. You have to realize that although you are protecting you, although you're praying certain prayers over you, although you're doing what God asked you to do, you have to make sure that people that you're extending yourself to are doing that as well. Because if not, chosen one, they're going to invite certain demons inside your house. So that's equivalent to somebody saying, oh, well, your friend got to get out. And your friend saying, no, so-and-so who lives there invited me in. I can stay there, so on and so forth, correct? So sometimes you're trying to tell certain demons to leave. Sometimes you're starting to remove yourself from negative things. But if people that you're connected to is inviting those demons and you're still connected to them, then guess what? They're going to have access to you too. So intuitively, I want you to think about that, right? Intuitively, I want you to pay attention to that, because God will show you signs that certain people ain't for you. God will show you certain signs on what they intend to do to you, you understand me, or towards you before they have an opportunity to do it. So really, you're in control, chosen ones. You can choose whether or not you're going to go through that heartbreak or not, because God already told you what type of person that they are. You can choose whether or not you're going to allow that friend to be phony and do certain things towards you, or you can remove them from you, so on and so forth, right? So stay with me. God gave you that storm warning. That was your intuition. So that's just like them telling you a hurricane's about to come or tornadoes about to come, whatever the case may be, correct? Now stay with me. Now once you got that storm warning, some of you paid attention. See, some of us, we got away from it immediately. You ain't had to tell us twice. We wasn't taking no risks. You understand? So this is equivalent to, again, God telling you to walk away from certain people and you did. God telling you that that lover is not a lover and you listen. God telling you that your family wants to see you fail, so on and so forth. So you had to remove them to prevail. So some of us, as soon as God showed us that storm warning, we got out of there. We ain't need to see the storms come in. We ain't need to see it start raining. We ain't need to see it start storming, lightning, whatever the case may be, correct? We took heed to that. We ain't need to be there in the presence of when that started to happen. And that's what's happening to you, chosen ones. Some of you didn't listen when God told you to move, chosen ones. So you was experiencing certain storm clouds that didn't belong to you, chosen ones. You understand me? It was who you were standing under, who you were standing around. You understand? Some of these people are energetically permanent storm clouds. They pessimistic. They did so much karma and has karmic tendencies that, again, no matter what you do, if you're connected to them, you're going to go through that too. But again, so some of us, we listen immediately when God told us to go ahead. Again, that's almost like hurricane season in Florida. When they tell you them category 5s and 6s going to come, you can either wait and think that you're going to be able to fight it, or if you get the opportunity, you can go and leave so that you don't even have to experience it. You don't have to risk it. But some of you didn't listen. But some of you felt like you ain't had the means to leave. And that's pertaining to your partner as well. You may have felt like they was stability, came from them. You may have felt like, again, they had power over your mind to make you feel like you couldn't survive without them. Some of your family made you feel like if you ain't listen to them, then you're not a part of them, which you never felt a part of them anyway, chosen ones. You hear me? But stay with me. Now, chosen ones, after the storm warning came, some people decided to stay, right? So that's God telling you, now that partner's not for you, that job's not for you. Every time you go to that job position, you was getting profit, but you wasn't getting peace. And after a while, that profit started to recede. That profit started to go back. You understand me? Started to retract. God started to take that because he ain't wanted you to be comfortable in a sense, right? So again, you have to think, if you want somebody to leave from something, you're going to do everything to try to give them that hint. So that's that, oh, well, what you about to do? That's that clicking out certain lights. That's you grabbing your purse, grabbing your keys, so on and so forth, right? So God is going to make you uncomfortable. He's going to have you pushed out of that position that you're not supposed to be in, because you have to remember, chosen ones, you have to let go of something in order for you to receive things. You understand me? So again, stay with me, stay with me. When I say let go of something to receive it, this is almost equivalent to, think about a cell phone and you got insurance on it and your cell phone breaking. What you gotta do? You have to send in that old phone in order for you to receive something new, correct? So you have to actually take and give that old phone back in order for you to receive that new one in your hand. You understand? Something that's already covered. So that's equivalent to God telling you that purpose, that position, that person, so on and so forth. You have to let something go in order for you to see certain things grow. You understand me? So a lot of the times it's that job position, that person, that point of mind that you have. You have to let go of the negative in order for you to receive the positive in. Think about an old phone. You're going to miss out on calls. You're not going to see certain messages at all. Screens is going to be black. You're going to be in darkness, so on and so forth. Correct? In case of an emergency, you ain't even going to have the ability to call out, or nobody's going to have the ability to call in. So some of you are waiting for that call to come through. That's that position. That's that person. That's that piece. But how are you going to receive those things if you can't even see it clearly? You have to get rid of that old, broken, in order to receive the new. So you waiting on that call pertaining to your job. Well, have you even applied to another position? Have you been walking away from those positions that you're not supposed to be in? If not, God's going to push you out of it. And there's some of you that say, well, how can you leave a job when you have to pay your bills? The same way if they was to fire you tomorrow, what you going to do? If they give you that shoulder tap or they deactivate your badge, what are you going to do? You're going to sit there and apply to another position, correct? You're going to apply yourself, correct? So that's the same thing that you should be doing before they force you out. God is giving you that heads up in advance. He's giving you the ability to you make certain moves and not being forced to. He's giving you your options in that direction that he's presenting to you. So again, a lot of the times you are working against the same things that you're calling in, the same things that you're praying on, because you're not listening. You understand me? So chosen ones, again, you have to let go of the old to receive the new, because if you keep on to that old shit, you're going to miss certain calls or opportunities that's going to come through. You have to shake that, baby. All right? So yes, there may be a little day or so that you may be without a phone, and that would be a day or so without a job. When I say a day or so, that's different than divine time. So if God says you're going to be out of work for 2 weeks, a week, a month, some of you will be out of work not even for long. Like literally it can be the next day you get a call back, but you have to learn to move on. See, which brings me to the next. See, chosen ones, when I told you the storm warnings is not the same as theirs, correct? So again, you started to see certain things retracting. That's like when those waves start to go back, right? So you started to see things retracting. Your friends, y'all, they feeling phony. Your family ain't rocking with you like that. Your finances is looking a little phony and funny in a sense, so on and so forth. You started to see certain things retracting. So what did you do? See, we listened, chosen ones. Again, we got to higher grounds because we already knew it was coming towards us, right? So there's certain people that was doing black magic on you, lying on you, cheating on you, deceiving you, mentally manipulating you, so on and so forth, right? This is those parents. This is that position. That is that partner. These are these friends. These individuals that was deliberately doing devious things, their things was retracting too, but they didn't pay attention to the signs that God was showing them. See, God kept telling them, listen, every time they did magic on you, something in their life went wrong. Every time they sat there and spoke ill upon you, certain things in their life started to move. So they seen retractions, but they didn't realize what was happening. They was real arrogant in a sense. So when you seen certain things getting deducted, you knew to get to higher ground because you already was paying attention to certain things. These individuals weren't. They was all distracted. They was dancing. They was drunk. They was vibing. They was pilled up, so on and so forth, right? They arrogance and that evil again had them not paying attention to signs and synchronicities that God was showing them. So again, they started to see things retracted. Their health start going bad. They did death magic on you. Somebody around them passed. All of a sudden, they did things to hold back your finances. Their shit start going down. All of a sudden, their health start messing up because they tried to send that towards you, but sent it towards themselves. See, you have to realize, chosen ones, that these individuals believe that they was you so much. They tried to come across like they was you so much. So they try to come across like the divine feminine, the masculine, so much that they started to believe it. You understand me? So they started to believe that, which had you believe that you were them. So you felt like signs that you were seeing that things was falling apart, but really they was falling in place. You was picking up on their energy. You understand me? So now that you are regrouping, if you do need assistance on calling back your energy, if you do need assistance pertaining to what's blocking you, I got you. Book a coaching session. The link's in my bio. I'm going to be able to tell you about your past, your present, your future. But again, confirmations is going to be presented so that you know that God sent me to relay that information. Okay, so I promise you I got you. But hear me out. Now, chosen ones, they didn't pay attention when they seen the waves going away. So that was that money, that was that health, that was that happiness. They start to beef with the people that they was attacking you with. Now the same people that they try to get to work against you, they working against themselves. They taking out each other in a sense. Dark is taking out dark, right? You don't have nothing to do with it. Now, chosen ones, think about a tsunami. When those waves retract, you know you better run fast and get to higher ground. Because if you don't know about a tsunami, those waves come in real quick. They go real high and they gonna knock everything out, right? So God told you when you seen things getting deducted, he said, get to higher ground. That was you changing your mentality, changing who you were around. You started speaking life into you. You started being more confident about you. You started doing exactly what you were supposed to do, actually applying yourself, so on and so forth, correct? You changed your mentality, changed your surroundings, whether or not it was willingly or God forced you to do it. It happened, correct? So you got to higher ground. That was you raising your vibrations so that you're not around when those waves come in. See, when I say waves again, chosen ones, I want you to realize that your waves is not the same as theirs. See, you got the higher ground. You safe now. You starting to see certain enemies that was attacking you now. They starting to get wiped out. Those same people that was dancing and praising, thinking that they had stopped you. People who was doing magic on you to stop flood from coming through. See, chosen ones, when I tell you, you don't realize what was getting done to you. See, had you knew at that time, you would have sat there and got scared. And you would have sat there and blew your cover in a sense. Not only that, had you knew that you was that close to the devil, you would have sat there and slipped up and fell a little bit. You understand me? So think about that. If there's a bee near somebody, you're not going to sit there and tell them to, you're going to try to again ease it to them that something is above them. Or if they on the edge, you're going to say, listen, calm down, look at me, pay attention. You're going to sit there and try to talk them through it, right? You're going to try to distract them from what they're going through. That's what God's been doing to you. If you knew how close you was to the enemy, if you knew how close that they was to try to end you, you would have sat there and missed your step, and they would have had the opportunity to do it. So just know, chosen one, some things was not as clear, that you ain't know the devil and the demons was as near, because had you done so, you would have sat there and again panicked, reacted, and certain things would have happened. So don't sit there now, you looking back, you like, damn, you starting to see how you were saved in a sense, but that happened deliberately and intentionally. Okay, so you got to higher ground. You raised your vibration. Now these people you are watching, they start to go down. See, when I say these waves is not the same as theirs that you about to experience, see, you went and let go of that old stuff. You let go of that old love. You let go of that old mentality. You started building yourself up. You started speaking life into you. You started realizing that you deserve to receive certain abundance, love, and protection come through. You started sitting there no longer limiting you and settling for so-and-so or such and such just because, again, you're so appreciative. No, God was like, you no longer settling for these fixer-uppers, right? So now all of a sudden you let go of this way of thinking. Again, you let go of the old in order for you to receive the new. Now you got these waves of abundance, prosperity that's flowing through. Now again, your storms is not the same storms as these toxic individuals that you was connected. So right now we're going to discuss as far as certain signs that you may be seeing that you have to know that you're on the right path. Okay, so the first step is, or the first thing is, again, you're going to intuitively feel it, right? So this is you feeling, again, you felt certain people wasn't for you. You distanced yourself from them. Certain people distanced themselves from you because God seen that you wasn't willing to let go of this individual. Your loyalty was with the wrong people. Yes, it's beautiful to be loyal, but you can't be loyal to the dark side, mama. You can't be loyal to the dark side, papa. You can't do that. You understand me? You had to, again, you got to make sure that you're not being the guide to some dark ass individuals to get to where they're not supposed to be going to. You understand me? So again, you intuitively felt that you needed to distance yourself, or you were distanced from everybody else. You may have at the time took it bad. So this is, again, I'm going to tell you how certain signs that you're seeing, right? So chosen ones, initially you're going to feel it intuitively. So just like you felt that you needed to separate yourself from them negative people, just like you felt that certain people was evil, just like you felt all of that, you're also going to feel abundance about to come in. So some of you been feeling real lovey-dovey. You listening to love songs, you singing it with your chest. You understand me? You out here walking and cooking and cleaning. You calling certain positive things in. You so happy. So right now, again, you could be feeling certain things that's about to be getting revealed. So you can feel that love, but you ain't seen it yet. And sometimes some of you are getting impatient because you feel it, but you ain't see it yet. But you have to realize, chosen ones, again, it's in a 5D. It's coming into fruition. You understand me? You bringing a 5D to the 3D. So, of course, you're going to feel it before you see it. You understand me? You have to just see it through. So when God gave you a quick glimpse, and that was a quick message, whether it was through the dreams, whether or not it was through something that you were seeing, God sat there and told you where you was about to be, what you were about to receive. He told you at that time when you was walking away from everything else, what you was about to get. He told you that you doing the work based upon what he asked you to do, that you had certain abundance and rewards coming in. So I want you to remember that, chosen ones, because sometimes you forget, because you so much into action and saying that you trying. You're not trying if you actually doing it, baby. So stop saying that, because you're speaking against you. You saying that what you trying to get over that individual. No, you're getting over them. It's not no trying to get your finances right. You're getting your finances right. It ain't no you're trying to heal. You're healing, okay? So don't speak against you, because if you're trying to figure it out, what you usually do, you pause, you stuck, you talking about what you do, but you ain't did nothing yet. So watch that, okay? Because y'all know when y'all come to me, I correct how you talking about you. I'm like, don't speak nothing against you. We speaking life into you. You understand me? So, again, you feel it, chosen ones. You feel prosperity coming. Yes, you're getting frustrated because you feel abundance coming, but you haven't seen it yet. You feel love coming. You feel your divine masculine. You feel your divine feminine, but you haven't seen them yet. Or they haven't presented themselves yet, because a lot of them have seen you, okay? Just know that. So some of them are getting their confidence up. Some of them, again, are the same thing, level as you. You have to think some of you are kind of like off. I don't want to say off, but you kind of a little hesitant to accept certain things because you know what came with the last time that you accepted a title, a person, a position, so on and so forth. So you have to know that you did the work. So what you went through, you don't have to go through again, because you are a different individual than you were when you attracted the past. You understand me? So please don't speak bad about you. Know that you're a different person, baby. Okay? So, chosen ones, with that being said, one second. We gotta make sure we clear out. Make sure we got all the positive energy. Okay, we do. You understand? So, again, chosen ones, with that being said, you're feeling it, but you haven't seen it yet. God gave you a quick glimpse, but you haven't been paying attention to them. And this is what I'm going to explain to you, right? So, first you feel it. Then God starts to reveal it. See, you feel it, chosen ones, just so that you know what's to be expected, right? So just like you can feel if somebody's beside you, just like you can feel if somebody's watching you. I don't know about you, but again, when I was young, I used to click the lights off and see if I could find my way through the room. Can I find myself back to the room with no lights on? Can I find myself back to this with no lights on? We've been preparing for this position all our life, but we didn't know what was going on. See, we used to being able to see through darkness. We able to use our other senses. So where one is when one is absent, the other is present. So think about that, chosen ones. If you don't have your eyes, you're going to feel certain things. You're going to feel around. You're either going to feel with your hands. You're going to feel the energy switch in a sense. You're going to sit there and smell a difference, so on and so forth. So again, I say this because you feel success coming and you don't know how it's coming. God has you feel that, because there's certain people that's watching you and plotting on you, and God had already said that you have abundance coming through, and they trying to find ways to stop you. So if they think that your abundance is going to come through that business, they're going to try to keep your business limited. They're going to speak projections on that to have you start to doubt you and feel limited too. You got to believe it. You understand me? So I don't care if you got one customer, if you got two customers, you are in the middle of your purpose. You are in the middle of your manifestations. You've already made it. You said that, oh, you wanted to work for yourself, have your own business, and you do. You sat there and sold your first product or whatever, your first beat, whatever the case may be, to an individual. So you're already aligned in your purpose. So now that you're in your purpose, guess what's going to happen? So you already made a wish. You already had a thought or an intention where you said you wanted to work for yourself and nobody else. Do you know how those signs is going to show up? You're going to get fired from that job, or that job hours just going to slow down. You're not going to have, I can speak on behalf of myself. I knew that it was time for me to step up into my purpose, because every beautiful position I had, it didn't last. Because again, I'm somebody that if my babies need me, I'm there instantly for them. It's if they had a cold, baby, we calling in. If they need me to pick them up early, guess who's there picking them and getting them? It's not no, that's non-negotiable when it comes to my babies. Like my 4 babies, you know what I'm saying? Like I love them. You understand? So chosen ones. With that being said, I kept wondering why God was pushing me out of these positions. I'm like, God, you had me get these beautiful jobs, these big jobs that other people was struggling to receive a call back. I was in certain people that had 4-year degrees, so on and so forth, for quote unquote seemed like they had it more together than me. They wasn't getting called back for those positions. I was. So I didn't know at the time. God was building my confidence up, knowing that, baby, you about to be highly sought after. Not only that, you got to know your worth. You got to know that your experiences and what you went through is the reason why you're going to get selected for this position that you about to be placed in. So you could have learned customer service from that one job. You could have learned how to package up products at that warehouse. You could have learned how to sit there and set orders for this. You could have known how to de-escalate irate customers. In a sense, you learned all of these things from every job that you had for the position that you're about to be in. So you was upset about these hours not working out or this not working out. It's because God has you about to take another route. You have to pay attention to these signs, because you're taking and assuming that it's negative, and he's pushing you right in line. He's pushing you to the front of the line, actually. So when those hours was deducted, when as far as that peace was no longer present, those was signs that you are stepping into your season, because God is going to take away in order for you to receive them. You understand me? God is going to take away the old in order for you to receive the new. Again, like I stated, as far as the cell phone, chosen ones, in order, if you have insurance, in order for you to get that new phone, you have to send that old phone in. So that's the same pertaining to you. Certain things is getting deducted in order for things to start flourishing. You asked and you told God that you was ready for love. You said, God, I asked you for so-and-so to step up to the plate. So-and-so, see, you was speaking against you those days, because so-and-so was not your partner. So-and-so was trauma bonding. So-and-so met you where you were at when you met that individual, not confident, unsure about yourself, living for everybody else, whatever the case may be. So when you met them, you were still growing. What if you found out that they had already grew to their full potential? So you kept cutting down parts of you in order for you to stay at the same height as these individuals. You kept lowering yourself because they couldn't grow to you. So they didn't want you to grow too. So they try to restrict you. They try to persuade you that you are the same plan as them. They try to persuade you that you contain the same energy as them. They wanted you to share the same karma and consequences as they did, but you're not, baby. You hear me? So, chosen ones. With that being said, you met them, it was trauma bonding. You seen certain areas that they was lacking, so you knew how that felt to be in that position. So you started to take from you to give to these individuals. And that's not what you were supposed to do. You were supposed to patch up you so you could teach that person to patch up them too. And now y'all both full and feeling fulfilled. Excuse me. You understand me? So, But again, hear me out, all right? You are going to start to see signs and synchronicities, but know what you're seeing. Right now, your card could be messed up. You could have car payments, and God told you not to accept that whip when you first got it, but you was impatient. You felt like you needed it. Everybody around you needed a car. Everybody around you needed this. So again, you rushed into a position. You rushed into something feeling like, oh, well, that first offer was God offered. No, God also gives you options so that you can decide for yourself. You got free will, but he also wants to see that you learn your lessons. You understand me, from what you had already endured. So again, if you used to buy a lemon, oh, it's nice on the outside, but you ain't get that engine checked, and now you are about to buy your car again, and you about to just assume that you are getting the best because it's a high price. So you feel like, oh, this is a nice car. They ain't not. No, God could. How you know that God wasn't that car? So some of you upset right now by the car not going through. You was about to assign yourself to that contract where that car had large payments. You was going to be put behind. You understand me? When really God had a plan for you. Yes, that car, you understand? Yes, you could get that car and get approved. Had that car payments restricting you. But what if you found out later on God said no to that car because the car was about to get bought for you? Somebody was about to gift you. Somebody or another another person has a car that they're upgrading and now they can give it to you for a reasonable price, and they sat there and treated that car and make sure that car was good and that it drives right, so on and so forth. So you was going to accept something, whatever was quick, and that's those offers. That's that job offer too, because God gives you options for a reason. If that job does not align with you, why choose it? You get karma and consequences for taking on somebody else's purpose, chosen ones. So if that job, when you first get it, you know that the hours don't work for you. You know that you would have to sacrifice being a family person to your family or working for other individuals. You know that it would take a majority of your time, that you're not going to be around your child, whatever the case may be, correct? God will give you that option. So, okay, are you going to choose profit over your peace? Which one are you going to do? See, some people feel so desperate, and I say it's desperate, chosen one. You take the first offer. You don't even sit there and negotiate. You don't even see, you understand, listen out. You just show that you're desperation. So that's almost like somebody who feels like they get a deal so bad for music that they willing to sign a 360 contract just to say that they made it, just to say that they made it to a certain point, when really, no. If you would have sat there and waited, you would have been working for yourself, would have had independent sales yourself. You wouldn't have had to be bound to these contracts, because if you bound to these contracts, you're bound to those consequences that they have as well for what they do to other individuals. So whoever you're connected to, you're taking on their burdens too. That's why I say, chosen ones, no. You can say that you're doing right, but if people that you're connected to is inviting demonic things into their life, scams and all of this in their life, then guess what? You're going to be held accountable too. That's like you having somebody in your car and they got some drugs on them, some guns on them, whatever the case may be. You're going to be held accountable. See, some of them may not even take their charge. Some of them may say, oh, well, we don't know who it is, and both of y'all get charged because it's in your car. That's equivalent to as far as who you have in your energy. No matter if you doing good, if you sitting there connected to the enemy, guess what? You're going to get karma too. It doesn't matter if you're doing your work. If that person is bound to not have finances come in, if you're extending yourself energetically or physically to them, your finances is done too. God's not going to bless you so you can bless somebody else that he told that they not going to get rewards coming through based upon how they did other individuals. You understand me? So, baby, you have to know that. So choose your positions wisely. Don't rush. You accept that job first, and then another better one actually will come. And then guess what, chosen ones? You done took somebody else's purpose and position, because that job you really don't want to be in. You just needed some money to start receiving because you felt like it was going to have your bills get paid quicker. But isn't that something that we say that magic's bad? That you shouldn't sit there and try to do and receive something without putting something in? So magic is like people not putting work, not listening to what God tells them to do, but trying to manipulate energy of people in order for them to have certain things come through. So chosen ones, God is not going to have you carry things like that. So if they not supposed to receive abundance, if they not supposed to receive nothing, you're not going to have it as long as you're connected to them. You understand me? So you're going to have to choose. And again, God is showing you. You're seeing signs and synchronicities. Things are coming to you. So I want to explain this before I do disconnect and get up off here. I want to explain certain signs that you'll see. One, chosen ones, you'll see a retract of people that you're around. So certain karmics will no longer be around. Certain friend groups is no longer getting up. Certain the job hours is starting to cut back, or you don't feel peace while you're in that position. You calling out. Whatever the case may be, you'll see certain signs. These are signs that you're stepping into your season, okay? Because you're assuming that things are falling apart when they're falling in place, okay? So again, the signs that you'll see, one, outside of what you're feeling, the signs that you'll see is certain things slowly but surely getting presented. So that if God told you that abundance is going to come, he's going to show you small signs that other people ain't supposed to know. So you're sitting there again wondering why things is not happening in your steps that you're ordering them. It's because other people are watching you. God is going to throw it off. So you feel abundance coming through, but you don't know how it's going to come. God could say, if God says that initially you're supposed to hit the lottery, but now that you done told somebody like, oh, I feel like I'm about to hit the lottery. Now God can't give you it like that because other people already know what to expect. So he going to put this blessing in somebody else's hand, and that's how you going to collect it. Or God's going to give this blessing to somebody donated to you. Or this person, you didn't sat there and did good to this person, and now they got blessed and they share it with you. God's going to have blessings come in various forms. You understand me? So pay attention to the small signs, because a lot of you don't realize you have inheritances coming. And some of you assume when you hear that, you only think one way. You think, oh, somebody died and left you some money. And no, when I say, and some of you assume when you hear that, you only think one way. You think, oh, somebody died and left you some money. And no, when I say, look, we're going to pick it up. All right. So chosen ones, again, God is telling you that an inheritance is coming, and you may assume that it's based upon somebody passing away and leaving something to you. What if I told you that the cycle that your mother refused to close out, the karmic cycle that was connected to your father as well, that because you stood up in your power and you're prevailing, chosen ones, I want you to realize now you get the inheritance that didn't come to them. You understand me? So if God told them, listen, you heal from that karmic cycle, you heal from that karmic parent, you heal from that partner that was putting their hands on you, so on and so forth. God sits there and says, if you walk away from them and you get this, a lot of them didn't. They placed their load on you. So some of you chosen ones, again, you are going through it based upon what other people chose not to do. And your inheritance is everything that was promised to them. So you got abundance coming in various forms. You have prosperity coming in various forms. You have certain gifts that are coming to you in various forms, just based upon the fact that other people around you didn't step up and place them, claim them, do what God asked them to do. So you have inheritance coming and you feel abundance coming, but you don't know how it's coming to you. God is not going to tell you specifically, because there's some of you that come to me and I can tell you exactly how God tells me to relate to you that it's going to happen. And what do? You sit there and share your reading with somebody that was beside you. Some of you didn't call with the enemy in the room, and whole time I'm picking up their energy and telling you why you watching them, and you sitting there quiet now. Now you quiet talking about, yeah, they in the room. Yeah, you right. Now you look. No, sometimes God will switch up the plan just based upon who you are telling. God will have you go to back roads just based upon the fact that you had certain people waiting on you on the main one. So again, if he says prosperity is coming in, you accept it. You claim it. Don't sit there and feel like it's only going to come from one destination. Don't feel like it's only going to come from this job position. It's only going to come from this business. It's only going to come from this person. No, when God says abundance is coming, you claim it no matter what direction it's coming, because he's going to sit there and juke certain people out. He's going to hit them with the Heisman and have you take another route. You hear me? So claim it. Abundance in every way, shape, or form. You don't sit there and talk about you a paper chaser. You run into it. I run into abundance daily. I receive abundance frequently. You understand me? And know when abundance is showing to you. That's that $5 left over that you usually don't have. That's that $10 to buy a shirt, or $80 to get your nails done, or whatever the case may be. You may not be seeing it or acknowledging in real time what's happening, chosen ones. You understand me? So abundance is going to come in various forms. Love as well. God said you're going to have love. Now, God will allow me to tell you the description of the person that's getting presented. I'll tell you all your options, and I'll tell you the one that you really supposed to be selected. But again, I'll tell you what God has me relate, because some of y'all are hard-headed. Some of you, as soon as God talks about love, nope. As soon as you hear a certain sign, nope. As soon as you hear, you putting it off. And what if you realize your abundance is not going to come? It's coming through them. God knew that everybody else was watching you. Everybody else was blocking you. So he gave the bag to them in order for them to pass it on to you. What if you found out that? And you over here talking about you don't want love, you don't want friends, you don't want a position? How? How are you saying that when God is having certain things happen to you? You don't sit there and come in between how it happens. You just accept it, especially because you put that work in. You hear me? So again, chosen ones, just like you can get paid through a check or a direct deposit, the same pertaining to your abundance. You're going to get it in various forms. This love that you're about to receive, you get it in various forms. You're going to get it through people that randomly cross paths with you. Now they complimenting you. You're going to get this love through the children that you're giving birth to. I told y'all, chosen ones, when I was coming up, I was the sister who ain't had no children. My mother had 7 kids, but I got 3 more, right? Siblings. In addition, my father had 7 too, right? So I always say that and people feel like my math's off. Let me tell you, my father alone had 7 children, but of those 7, he had 3 with another woman. My mother had 7 kids, but of those 7, she had 3 with another person. So therefore, again, that's how, you know what I'm saying, I gotta make sure I make that clear. That's why, but I always thought I'd be just TT Tashay, Auntie Shay, so on and so forth, right? At that time as a child, I ain't never think that growing up, I didn't think I was going to have children. Now, guess what? All the love, prosperity, the peace came through the children that came through me. You understand me? Gave birth to real live ancestors, gifted individuals. Like, you have to realize love comes in various forms. You could be looking for love through your partner, and the whole time you got love through somebody that you gave birth to. They love you. They appreciate you. They speak life into you. They really rely on you. They believe in you. And you were receiving that. Just like your people didn't sit there and accept you when you were everything that they asked for. Just like your partner in the past was asking for love, prosperity, and abundance come in. They didn't realize that it was in your hand, that God instilled it in you in order to give it to them. So again, I say this, chosen ones, that now I couldn't see I will never ever see my life without having my squad, my tribe. And I definitely, when I find my divine masculine, I'm going to have more of them. You understand me? I'm somebody that believes if you got your true divine boo, and this is the person that, again, reciprocates the same energy as you, we can have a village if you want to, baby. You understand me? Some of y'all might not be with that. You understand? Well, that's just me. All right? I'm speaking on behalf of me, but I had to give you that example, right? Things that you never expected, you're going to realize comes your biggest blessings. There's some of you that don't even realize the type of business that you're about to have. You doubting it right now until it starts getting presented. See, certain things was hidden. You hear me? So I'm telling you, chosen ones, be open to receiving your love. Right now, there's somebody that's going to have to walk away from a toxic mom or father. Now, this is somebody's specific message, all right? Because I'm feeling this, all right? There's some of you that's your divine boo that's about to be aligned with you. Back in the background right now, they're separating from everybody else. So they're having to separate from that mother who tells them, no, you need to date this person who don't have children. And you could have children. So that person is telling them that, no, because they don't have no kids, they need to date somebody who don't have children too. And the whole time, they blessings comes through you, and you're going to be the person who blesses that individual with more children to come through too. But their parents could be telling them not to select you because you have a child or more children, whatever the case may be. Their parent or their people could say, oh no, why don't you choose this person who comes and was born into money, not even realizing you are the wealth. Them saying, oh well, this person looks better for you, not even realizing you're the person that's actually providing them help. See, they're going to sit there and act like this other person is a better selection for them, and that's because they truly don't have good intentions for their child. They don't, whatever the case may be, that person. Because if they did, they would realize that yes, that person is confident, but guess what? You speak life into them and they're going to reach heights that they never received. Yes, that person is talented, but you're going to protect them and you're going to allow them to reach certain heights that they didn't feel like they was going to see. Yes, this person is successful now, but they're going to have somebody that's backing them to the side of them, so on and so forth, that's going to ride for them, somebody that's going to speak life into them, somebody who will wishes well for them, somebody that's going to speak life into them, and everything is going to continue to excel to them. So right now, if you have people that's telling you not to select this person, or oh well, you could have somebody else, look at who they selected, because half the time they asses is by themselves. Your mother telling you what type of female you should select, like she wants to be the person that you end up with. Cut that shit out. There's mothers and brothers right now that feel like you should date somebody in the industry. And you see what type of people those industry is all about. People that's going to cheat them, deceive them, got karma and consequences that's coming in. Certain people that, again, is not going to protect you from negative. So, seers, I want you to realize we are highly sought after right now. You hear me? Right now, people are starting to realize they need to get, how Shorty say, you better come and get you one of these. They realizing that they better come and get them a chosen one. You better have somebody on your team that can see through souls and see who you around and see who's trying to take you down, be able to relay certain things in real time. Somebody that God don't play about them, so therefore you protected too. Somebody that's going to speak life into you. What you speak is what they see. What you seek is what they speak, and that's what you start to see chosen ones. I'm trying to tell you. So right now, you had somebody that a lot of you, this is somebody's, again, you're about to be married into money. That person you about to be with is about to be married into money because you abundant too. So they may got the dollars on them, but you got that wealth within you. So you almost like, and not like them negatives who is that gift that keeps on coming. You an ATM that's never, I'm trying to tell you, never empty. You hear me? You're somebody that, again, they may got that black card right now, but because of you connected to them, they're going to be able to swipe that and never have to look at the prices. I'm trying to tell you. So you abundant and they abundant too. So don't feel like because they have it financially, you're going to be somebody that is you're almost like an investment. They invest their love in you. They invest in good intentions into you. And guess what they're going to see? Things continue to come in fruition for them. So they started off with $1 million, now they got 400 billion. They started off with 20,000, now they start. You are really somebody who flips, how they say, oh, well, I can turn this into that. That's you, chosen ones. I can turn somebody who, again, I can turn somebody who's unsure to confident about themselves. I can turn somebody who don't know no better. Now they know exactly what route they should take. You gotta know what you can do. You understand me? How that song say? I can make the dope stretch. How you say? We don't teach no finesse. I could teach you how to make that energy stretch. I could teach you how to stretch your abundance, your prosperity, your energy, your spirituality. See, once you make your mind up, you already made it. You understand me? I could tell you how to claim certain things that's already divinely fated. I can teach you how to know you so that you know who's not for you. See, chosen ones, when I tell you that we are the gift, that we are that magic in a sense, that again, they rub us the right way. They don't need no genie. They got wishes coming in, and we gonna give them more than just 3. You understand me? As long as they keep, man, I'm trying to tell you, chosen ones. So know that. You hear me? How they say, we don't know. We gonna make those blessings stretch. No need for finesse. You understand me? We gonna make certain love. We gonna double that. You come with a little bit of love, baby, I'm gonna triple that. Okay, what you came with this, you gonna walk away with that. So on and so forth. You understand me? So chosen ones, you are highly sought after. Don't chase these people who don't want to choose you. If they have you chasing them, that means they don't want to get chose. Think about as far as tag. You understand me? That's who we are. We are the runners in freeze tag, that when we see people frozen, when we see people left behind, what we do, we come through, we speak life into them, now they activated again. We tag them with abundance, love, prosperity, so on and so forth. Now they back active again. See, that's why they don't like chosen ones connected with chosen ones, because guess what? Everybody's going to get away from the negative then. That runner, the person who's tagging them, so that karmic, in a sense, that negative person that is out here energy draining people, going from person to person, situation to situation to try to sabotage, you have to realize that they mad because you have that energy that unfreezes everybody that you around. So that person who wanted that person to be stuck so it continue to help them, you done built them up, now they feeling themselves, now you done unfroze them from the mentality that they was in, now they back flowing and growing and run. You hear me? So they upset, but it is what it is. You keep doing what you're doing. You hear me? So I love you, chosen ones. This is your season. You better claim it. This is your season to receive it. Let that other shit go. If they running from you, they don't want to get chose. You understand me? Think about that. You run away from somebody if you don't want to get tagged. If you want somebody to touch you, you're going to get closer to them. Correct? Now, I have to say this because it's it. Matter of fact, we're going to leave that for tomorrow, okay? So I'm going to come back in the AM tomorrow. I hope to see you here. If not, know that I post this on YouTube. I got you. Chosen ones right now, all right? Links in my bio. There's a sale until Friday for Father's Day, just like I did Mother's Day, all right? So it's $10 off all coaching sessions, the hour session and the half hour. Now, when you get a coaching session with me, baby, just let me give you a disclaimer of what's going to happen, all right? I don't use no crystal balls. I don't use no tarot cards. You ain't got to tell me nothing that you got going on. That's how you are going to know I'm a confirmation for you. That's how you going to know that God sent me to talk to you, because you are not to disclose no, you don't need no birthdays, no, none of that. I'm going to tell you things that only you and God talked about so that you know that this is a safe route. You understand me? So I'm going to tell you about your past. I'm going to tell you about your present. I'm going to tell you about your future. I'm going to tell you about what's blocking you, who's close to you that's actually you understand, keeping the abundance from coming through, but also tell you who's about to approach you, what position's about to come towards you, tell you what status you are as far as your cycle and your purpose, so on and so forth. All right, now when you come to me for a coaching session, we on the phone. All right, so you can ask me as many questions as you have. As I have downloads coming in and God's having me relate things to you, you can ask me to elaborate. But a lot of you, I'm not gonna lie, a lot of you, y'all at that time you say about how the confirmations are coming. You understand? So you may get excited. You may speak some of you start crying just based upon the fact these are things that you felt the whole time and people told you not to believe it. People told you wouldn't achieve it. People told you, I'm trying to tell you, I got you, all right? So I love you so much. Definitely take advantage of the sale. It's up until Friday. But again, it doesn't have to be for these few first day. Well, it doesn't have to be between now and Friday that you book the appointment. You have to book it, but it can be for a future appointment, all right? Also, we do still have one last course that still has a few tickets available for it. I did have to break down my other courses into various classes, so we do still have a few tickets available for the course where, again, we're going to be via audio and video. You'll be able, it'll be like a classroom setting. It's virtual. You can ask me questions as we go through it. But for this course that's coming up on July 18th, I believe, again, links in my bio, Chosen Ones, this is about, again, you being able to manifest certain things that you have coming in. This is how you are able to disconnect from certain karmic paths that don't belong to you. You understand me? So, again, I got you. I love you. I believe in you. So many positive things align for you. If you need me, you know how to reach me. I'm going to post this on YouTube shortly, all right? Just come through, like, share, subscribe, send it to somebody that you feel needs to hear it at that time. But thank you so much. I love you. Thank you, babies. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Y'all continue to be great.